It wasn't if, it was when, and they have finally caught her.
Caught who? Who are you talking about?
Bonnie Blue? One of, like, the most iconic women on the internet right now?
I think you mean more like infamous. Oh, she's behind bars? Thank God, it's about time for her.
Yeah, honestly. She was already sort of a bit of a creep with the remarks she made about younger men and sons with their fathers, and honestly, I didn't hate the 1,000 guys sleeping around thing, but now she's on a world-banging tour, and she seemed to forget to take other cultures into account with this worldwide travel.
Wait, so where exactly did she get arrested in?
Bali. Indonesia, baby. And it wasn't the only one that she got in trouble along the way, but this was the first one to really publicly slap her down.
Man, I'm so glad. I hope she kind of stays in jail. For everything she's done, the crimes against young men she's done, deserve to be in the slammer. But you know what? Speaking of slammer, that must mean it is a court battle session to see if Bonnie Blue will survive the Doodle Heads podcast.
Court is in session today. I am Robyn, idiot at law. And
yes.
on trial today, we have Tia Billinger.
There she is. Oh my God. Look, I
Good
feel like there's
old
something very explicit on
Bonnie
the other side of this image.
Blue.
Like, I don't think this is something we should like be showing.
Don't worry, her coochie's in a dress. It's not, like, exposed.
Okay, but she's still on trial.
Like, yes, she is on trial. Now, let's go to the opening arguments and the sentencing that's going to be coming about. So, unlike our previous videos in court, where it was all court of public opinion, she has actual legitimate legal charges in Indonesia. She has working with a tourist visa, minor trafficking offenses, and breaking Indonesian anti-corn laws.
Anti-corn laws? Okay, you can be a big girl. You can say porn.
Okay, we can say porn. Honestly,
we can say porn, okay? Everyone
not
knows,
monetized.
okay? Everyone knows. Yeah, we're not monetized, but you
monetized.
could press the like button, and also maybe that hype button that apparently exists there. The hype button apparently helps, so press it too if you could. That'd be very nice.
Wow, literal shameless sellout.
Shameless hype sellout. Okay, listen, we're doing this for Bonnie Blue. Okay, we got to get that hype up. We got to let everyone know that her sentencing is just, which is what they're gonna know at the end of this video.
Well, so this is the stuff of actual legitimate legislative law. Then we also have to talk about the court of public opinion, because there are a few things that she's done that aren't illegal, but definitely feel illegal. As you said, like, she really started off this brand, like, creeping on barely legal boys. And one thing that I feel like a lot of people forget about, but I clearly remember, is not only did she, like, brand herself on barely legal boys, but she also branded herself on sleeping with sons and fathers, sometimes at the same time. She is also British. She's very fucking British. You can tell by the way she freaking acts.
Yeah, I know. Just she doesn't look British, though. She doesn't come off as British. You know, is that just me?
I think you're just saying that because she doesn't have, like, the chav makeup. But I feel like if we rewounded back to when she was in high school, we would see that. And I don't like to roast women on their looks, but I feel like it does have to be said. This woman is supposed to be 2 years older than us.
She's 26?
She is 26. She looks at least 30. I'ma be honest. I'm so sorry. I don't mean it as an insult. I've met very pretty 30-year-old women. I've met fuckable 30-year-old women. I love 30-year-old women. But I am constantly stunned by the fact that she is essentially our age. When she would have been a senior in high school, I would have been a sophomore in high school.
You know, she really could pass as like mid-30s, you know? She really could pass as mid-30s. Yeah. Like, really just doing really good for mid-30s.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like if she lied to people and said she was like late 30s, early 40s, everyone would be like, oh my gosh, you look so great for your age. but because she's supposed to be our age, and I'm not gonna sit here and say I look good for my age either. I got the kids constantly telling me I look like I'm 50 years old. I am also aging poorly.
I mean,
But
I don't
yeah,
know.
while you were on the topic of her not looking British, I did want to address that.
Hey, listen, there's nothing wrong with looking not your age, okay? Sometimes it's actually to your advantage.
Oh yeah, especially if you want an underage drink, bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, but then if you're trying to not try to attract certain men or women, then that could be a problem.
True.
That's the worst kind of vibe.
Going on as well, she has made very home-wrecking remarks and very sexist remarks. And then above all, she is promoting dangerous bedroom values. And the thing I want to say about Bonnie Blue here is that it is a little difficult for me to hate her. I am very much pro-sex work. I have good friends that are in the sex work industry. I am within the BDSM community. I am very open and very liberal at what sex and relationships can look like. And numbers don't matter in my world. And yet it makes it so difficult for me to defend her.
But I think the difference is with Bonnie Blue is that it's like she's almost trying to be like the Mr. Beast of the porn world, you know? Like she's just trying to go too ambitious, too crazy, and it's like, bro, no one wants to see this. You're causing more of a ruckus than you're actually doing your job. You know, if you're doing like sex work, you know, and you're doing it for the bread, go for it. But at this point, she's literally causing harm to other people.
Absolutely, she definitely causes a ruckus. She has caused a ruckus from the beginning, and I think that leads into how I sort of want to start the summary of Bonnie Blue with a little, what's the word? Involved storytelling, immersive's the word. Immersive. Hey, I'm having a stroke here. Leave me alone.
All right,
my
continue,
age is showing. Okay,
yeah, 38-year-old woman.
Let's imagine you are a little British boy in university.
Oh,
you're going to school.
Hold up. That kid does not look of age. That kid looks 13.
I searched up college boy on Canva. And this is what
that is
up.
Not a college boy. That is possibly the youngest but oldest looking 13-year-old at the same time. Like, it looks like the body of a 13-year-old was like superimposed with the face of a man.
Leave the poor boy alone. This is a part of my immersive storytelling. Imagine he is fucking 18 years old. Okay. So you're in college, you just graduated high school, you're going to uni, and you're thinking about all the possibilities. You sit there as you walk around campus and be like, well, you know what? Maybe I could go to law and help incarcerated people, or maybe go into medicine and save lives, or better yet, business. I hear accountants make a lot of money.
Or I could be a cryptocurrency scammer.
Or you could be a cryptocurrency scammer. But you hear in the back a little voice saying, oh yeah, go into accounting. That's where the money's at. I would know. I'm an accountant. And that voice? Bonnie Blue on your campus.
Bonk me for free and let me film it. What does she mean by bonk, huh?
She means fuck. It's very British, but bonk means fuck. Snog means kiss. Bonk means fuck.
Bro, of course the Australians would be like, bonk, that means sex.
Not Australia, British, she's fucking British.
Oh, British, whatever. Whatever language it is, those people from the other worlds, I don't care. All I know is that that's completely stupid.
Well, it is important to know. It will get more important later on. But you need to know which country she is from. She is from England. And when she started her OnlyFans career, she started with this campaign of going to local universities with signs like that. Like, bonk me for free and I'll film it. Uni students, bonk me and let me film it. Bonk me for free and let me film it. And she would just go to different places, advertising her body and filming her having sex with random people off the street. Now the entire idea of just bonking people off the street, I can't judge. If you look at my search history, I can't judge. She's living my dream. What I can judge is targeting younger men specifically. And I can't, like, totally be mad at her because I do, like, guys who are younger but of legal age are underappreciated, just like our short kings. But to specifically target them and target barely legal people with those words, weird AF. Weird AF.
It's like she's trying to be like a cool mom energy. Like, I don't like that. Like, I don't want you to bonk your mom kind of vibe. Like, you need like your friend's mom kind of vibe. I should probably clarify. Your friend's mom kind of vibe. I don't. Yeah, stepmom energy. That's like what she's trying to give to the kids, you know? Like, I'm not gonna lie. If I was an 18-year-old kid and she was giving it to me for free, I mean, I wouldn't say no.
You know what? But that's what she hopes. She hopes to get these inexperienced boys, these very excited, very inexperienced boys, and make content off of them. And this is the thing where I also do draw the line, is she's making content off of these young boys. If the roles were reversed and this was a man saying, hey, women, free dick right here as long as you may let me film it, not only would that just be seen as societally weirder, but those women would face larger repercussions than the men. And honestly, I'd say give it 5 years and all the men who smashed Bonnie Blue with identifiable features in the videos like tattoos or birthmarks are going to get in trouble.
Is it like a form of like being a pedo if like her targeting like younger 18 boys? Like, isn't that like a thing where there's like actually like women like that? Like they'll like try to be in a position of power over young kids?
Well, so this is what it is. And this is sort of like the whole barely legal genre, is that it is a bit of a power dynamic where it's like the experienced older woman like taking advantage of younger people. And I think you can appreciate younger people, younger looking people, but not target them for that. It's the fetishization and the power dynamic that makes it weird, but it's also the fact that she is controlling the camera in the uploading that also makes it weird. Because if you think about it, you can safely assume that these men consent to their video being online because they are bonking her knowing that she's going to film it and upload it. But what if those men want that taken down? What if their wife finds out? What if their boss finds out? What if they stop feeling comfortable? If they reached out to Bonnie Blue, would she take that video down?
I mean, if they signed a contract or something, you kind of just did that to yourself. I know, wasn't there like something that happened to like a guy? Like he was in like a Bonnie Blue, like the documentary about it. And when he was found out to have been in it, he actually cheated on his wife. I heard there was like a story about that.
There are so many stories with that documentary, but that's coming up. This is just her in her early OnlyFans era where she was only making thousands of dollars per day.
I could imagine.
And now she's at the point where she's making millions of dollars off of her OnlyFans per day. And this isn't including all the interviews that she's doing, all the places that she's going. And it's like this weird thing with all of her interviews where they sort of fall into one of two categories. Either they let her speak and she's promoting dangerous values and shitting on other women, or it's like the guy who crashed the Game Awards a few years ago.
Oh yeah, this like Turkish kid.
And yeah, and he interviews Bonnie Blue and it just turns into public ridicule. Where he's just making fun of
does
her,
that.
Calling her dirty, calling her derogatory things.
He does that with every person he does on the podcast or whatever.
He does it with every person, but you'll notice that in all of her interviews. They either let her take the mic and she says terrible things, or they don't let her take the mic and they say terrible things to her.
That's like almost every like conservative podcast, okay? So like I think like this is kind of the clear
This is true.
Side
this is
of the world she's on.
Well, she's not even just going on conservative podcasts. She's also going on British daytime television. And it's always the same dynamic there. And this is sort of where, like, that area specifically, I feel like is a gray area for me, because I feel like you should respect her as a fellow human being. But you also should not say terrible things. And she has said a lot of terrible things. Here are just a handful.
Why?
I just loved knowing I was doing something their wives should have done.
Bro, she's evil.
A lot of the hate is from women who have stay-at-home mom of 2 in their bio. I thought I'd give some tips to prevent your husbands from cheating. The only tip to you wives is take his tit more often.
I mean, she's just playing into the villainy, bro. She's just building her entire persona off of this. Like, I don't like this homewrecker energy. God, bro.
And this I definitely do not like. Like, you can have sex with men. You could even have sex with married men and not bring up their wives and put them down. Because plenty of married men with wives who do satisfy them still cheat. Cheating is not about quantity or quality. It is about the person internally.
Yup, exactly.
Absolutely.
Speaking your truth.
This only got worse when she fucked over 1,000 men and made a documentary.
The documentary that ruined documentaries for every other documentary.
The documentary that ruined documentaries.
Oh.
The documentary that ruined documentaries.
It's just a never-ending cycle of just horrible documentaries getting ruined.
It was a very iconic sensation. I will say, my hot take, I am glad that this became a documentary. I am glad she made a documentary on this experience, because I think it is important to talk about sexual extremism, especially now while we're in our gooner era, I guess, for lack of a better term, where porn is very prevalent. It is becoming more public. BDSM is becoming more common. I don't think there's enough discussion about the physical and mental repercussions of this. And one of the things that I remembered from the documentary was when she was sort of sitting down towards the end of it, and she was like very dissociated. Like, she was tired. She was spaced out. I think even in her words, she said she was just like a tiny bit traumatized. And it was an overall overwhelming experience for her. I'm sure she's glad she still did it, especially because it really made her well-known name. But it is very interesting to see how the men interacted with her, how she felt after and throughout the process, and how it just wears down on a person's mind and body.
I mean, what else did you expect if you're going to get fucked by that many guys? Like, the other outcome would have been what? What is the other outcome of getting fucked by 1,000 dudes?
Well, I think there could have been a variety of ways that it could have come about. And I think, like, it was expected, but not as overtly expected, for her to get very overstimulated by it. And I almost wish that instead of it being a porn thing, she collaborated with scientists and, like, did, like, scientific journal about how she felt after each time, and sort of, like, took it in a more academic route, because I think that is what would be interesting to me.
All I know is that she got what was coming to her. She is still very guilty of it. That's my core right there. My ruling already. It's the easiest ruling of my life.
Whoa, guilty of what in this case? I don't think she's guilty of anything. Like, is it sort of a dangerous sex thing to do? Yes, but it's like, I think at the end of the day, it's like also sitting here watching like a movie about like World War II.
Crimes against humanity. That is what she will be tried for.
Hot dog eating contests. Like, what, honestly, tell me, what is the difference between fucking 1,000 men and eating 1,000 hot dogs?
They all go in raw.
That is a similarity, not a difference. But I think it is important with documentaries to note extreme cases like this. But there was also a little bit of an issue with this, and it was a former acquaintance, coworker, whatever you decide to call her, Lily Phillips.
Is that Vincent Van Gogh on the left?
No,
Who's
that is
that?
an old man from a senior center that she fucked.
Oh!
She often worked with Bonnie Blue, and they are of a similar genre. She just tends to fuck the older men rather than the younger. But she also goes out with signs and fucks strangers and makes videos. And this ends up becoming relevant for her documentary. So in Bonnie Blue's documentary, she fucked 1,057 men. Lily Phillips attempted to challenge her. Guess how many people Lily Phillips fucked within the same time frame, 12 hours.
For the most epic sex competition in history, I'm gonna say she only did 849.
Nope. She beat Bonnie Blue.
Oh my god.
1,113.
The real question I have is, who's the one keeping count? Like, I need to know. I wonder how much like pain they had to feel just keeping count of this. They're like, bro, how much longer can she go?
Yo,
Damn, dude.
I do have to say that I have been adventurous, and I have felt what it's felt like to be adventurous. Maybe if I were to do that one day, I could handle a little handful. 1,113. I almost want to commend them. I almost want to commend them for their ability to be able to go to that big extreme.
Maybe they should have been a bit more efficient about it. And maybe they could have been a better record if they were just more efficient. Like, literally just get all 1,000 guys lined up.
No,
right?
they did. They had, like, other handlers there. So often what you see with, like, especially some, like, larger people within sex work, very similar to entertainers and celebrities, is there's the celebrity, but then they have a handler. And the handler is separate from any manager or anything. It is like a person to keep track of their schedule for them, to sort of direct them places, or in these cases, to track the amount of people that they're with for the sake of it. So especially as we get later down the line, we'll sort of like talk more about Bonnie Blue and where her handlers come in with helping her out.
I love how you're just so in tune with how our handlers work. It's like, you know so much about this.
Well, okay.
You're like the great prophet of Bonnie Blue. Like, I'm like, dang, she knows everything about how this works.
So it is important to note, because it is a behind the scenes thing. I know it more so from voice acting and burlesque culture and sort of being in event planning. I coordinate with handlers for a lot of the events that I do. And they are sort of a buffer for these people. It is an outside pornography industry thing. You'll see this at, like, your local anime convention or your local book signing. You'll see a celebrity and you'll see a person next to them. And if it's not their manager, it is a separate assigned handler.
Listen, all I'm going to say is those handlers just could have been a bit more efficient. They could have gotten the record done faster if they just went one thrust in, one thrust out, and then boom, walk away. That's technically
are you
getting
talking
fucked.
about the men that fucked them?
Yeah, well, think of it like this. Okay, like, you know,
I thought
she
you
could
were
have
talking about the people keeping count.
It's the whole crew, you know. I got a whole issue. They could have just been more efficient with it. You know, they could have just had all the guys lined up in the line, right? Pants down, and they just go in, out once, then walk away. In, out once, walk away. You know, it's just like, then you get the numbers done technically.
They did this in 12 hours. You know what? Let me do the math right now. Let me do
how are you
the
gonna
math.
How are you gonna do the math
right now?
How are you gonna
I'm
do
taking
the math?
out my phone calculator.
Oh my god!
So if Bonnie Blue fucked 1,057 people divided by 12 hours, she fucked 88 people per hour. A little over 88 people per hour. You divide that by 60, she fucked 1.4 people per minute. I don't think it can get any more dick in, dick out than that.
Damn. Nah, she could have gone faster.
That's not even her fault. She's just sitting there coochie up. Those are the guys not moving fast.
The guys could have been better. The boys could have been faster. Dude, you guys are lacking.
Okay.
This is like how you're letting us down, okay? In this entire story, the boys have let us down now.
Meds, be faster in bed.
Just go in and out like it's like a goddamn speed racer. Like, just in and out, bro. Like, you ever go to in and out like the burger? Just like that.
In and out like the burger. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, so after this happens, there's a very public feud between her and Lily that ends up blowing her up further. And then it becomes a larger discussion on Bonnie Blue, what she is reflecting about our culture and how she is affecting our culture. And Britain, in particular, tended to talk about her. And
why did they put her in like a Roman like outfit? The highlight. What's with the Roman?
It's a cool piece of art. Shut the fuck up.
Like, what's with the Trojan head? Is it referring to the condoms?
It's because of her leading this campaign of like sin, and that's what this sort of article is about.
Soft power
is okay. That's sort of what this article is about. Is it's sort of talking about how the tobacco and food industries are in Britain, and how Bonnie Blue is a reflection of that in a lot of ways, and how she is also a reflection of the porn industry, obviously, and how that all intertwines. And then there's also a discussion that she is a very, very reflective of current British values. And I think her British values only became more obvious. We all know about British colonialism and how it traveled around the world. And now, Bonnie Blue is doing the same.
The Bonnie Blue bus! Coming to a country near you!
The Bang Bus. So for the Bang Bus, she was traveling around England and the UK specifically for a while. And that's when she initially became viral. But there's only so many men that you can fuck in England. So she set sights on the rest of the world.
There she goes. Also, the Volkswagen logo is tilted to the left like it's getting doggy styled.
Yes,
that is so smart.
Oh, I didn't even think about it. Wait. This
Look
one has
at
a bit
the
of
Volkswagen. It's the doggy style Volkswagen.
I did not even think about it like the doggy style symbol. That's actually so smart.
Damn, I gotta give you to you marketing for Bonnie Blue. You actually outdid yourself.
Well, this is the one thing that I will always give Bonnie Blue. She knows how to sell herself, damn it.
She's a good saleswoman. She's really good at what she does. Like, you got to be honest and give her credit where it's due. Like, that bus is beautiful marketing. If I saw that, I would immediately be like, yo, bro, I found the Bang bus, bro.
I do have to say, it is also great graphic design.
It looks like a Feastables logo, though. I don't know why. It kind of looks like Feastables for Mr. Beast.
Well, this sort of goes back to her being the Mr. Beast of porn.
I'm telling you, she is literally just trying to be Mr. Beast of porn. That is so true. She wants to be the top OnlyFans creator of all time, apparently. I fucked every man in the goddamn country of Australia.
Honestly, I'm waiting till she gets to the point where she's like, I have officially fucked every man on earth. There are no more virgins unless they're under the age of 18.
I had the biggest orgy in the entire world. Like, this is like insane to me.
Yup. But so now she's traveling around the world. Now, viewer, you might be thinking that I'm talking about the latest incident in Bali. But no, there is one more incident I want to talk about before the current news-breaking incident, and it's her trip to Australia.
Yo, the way she went to Australia. Oh no.
She went to Australia with her Bang Bus. And Australia, that's not a country very known for, like, extreme opinions about sex. It's very similar to America, where it's like, say la vie, fucking, just don't fuck one of the
crikey, mate, you just want to go there and suck us down under? You want to fuck us up the rear? That's the Australians how they
fuck us up the rear?
Yeah, we put a brewski right in our butt cheeks, you know? That makes total sense, right? Yep.
You know, you really ruined the Australian accent. I'm very turned on by Australians, and I think you destroyed that.
No, from what I've heard, this is how the Australian accent is. It is literally just like Southern, like hick, like for.
It's better than that.
It is Southern hick, but for
better.
like UK Southern hicksters. It's those kind of people. It's the rednecks. It's redneck. It's redneck UK people. That's what it is. Redneck
You know
British.
what? I need you to stop roasting Australians for a moment and let me finish. Let me speak.
Let me finish. Bonnie Blue wouldn't let you do that.
Wow. Okay. So, and this is why I said it was important to realize that she is not Australian. Because when she goes to Australia, she does not get in trouble for, like, having sex around the world. They could really care less about that. What she does get in trouble for is working on a tourist visa. And because of that, she gets her visa canceled and revoked. And she is sent out of Australia.
Damn. Is it because she was also preying on more fucking barely 18-year-olds?
No. The Australia, similar to England and the US, they could give two shits about that. It is simply because she was working on a tourist visa and they were like, no, that is illegal. We are and they were also facing a lot of pressure. A lot of people were like, yo, why are you allowing her in Australia? And that was the thing that they could charge her with, is working on a tourist visa.
Damn, that is kind of funny that the entire country just thinks she's such a menace. Like, what, is she gonna spread like STDs amongst the entire population? Is that how bad it is? It's like,
well, that was a big controversy in her documentary, is what kind of STD testing did she do? And like, she said that she did STD testing, but it came out that she wasn't really being strict about the STD testing, and that that is just so dangerous. That is so dangerous.
she really just does not give a fuck. She really would be the girl that would like go into like an ice cream and open it in the store and then lick it to let someone else take it.
Oh, absolutely. With having COVID. She would do it with COVID.
Like,
or any disease. She would have strep throat and she would do it.
Oh, not strep throat. And you know exactly how she got it too.
Well, so at this point in 2024, she gets kicked out of Australia. And
then
she's
she goes to
continuing
Bali.
to travel. She did not learn her lesson, and she goes to Indonesia.
What? Are you kidding me, man? Why? No.
Do you know anything about Indonesia? Anything remotely?
I know that there are people there.
So there are people there. And there are people with very strict opinions about sex and sex work and pornography there.
It's illegal there. That's why.
They actually have very strict laws in Bali and Indonesia that criminalizes creating, distributing, possessing, or viewing pornography. And you can be arrested for up to 12 years and face large fines for being a part of pornography in any form or interacting with it.
That's why you gotta not jork it. That's why you don't jork it when you're out of the US, bro. And the worst part is you filming porn. So
not only was it just against the law, but it's just a tiny bit of a morality issue. Just a tiny bit. For, reasons.
Oh, yeah.
For those of you who do not know, Indonesia has one of the highest, if not the highest, Muslim populations.
Wait, I did not know that.
It is a very interesting fact. It is a very interesting and surprising fact to a lot of people.
You would think Saudi Arabia would have the highest amount of Islam.
You think so, but those Indonesians, they love Islam, man. They love Islam.
They love Allah.
They love Allah. They love Allah. And so it is a majority Muslim nation. And, you know, when I think of an Islam nation, I don't think of pornography at all. I have, if anything, I think that if I'm thinking of pornography, it is in the same sentence as does not like.
Yeah, usually, typically. which I think puts Bonnie Blue in the worst of pickles.
A little bit, yeah.
Just a bit.
It sort of did put her in a bit of a pickle.
Oh, yeah, just a bit. Hey, wait,
Just
that
a
guy in the
tiny
middle,
bit.
that guy is a white dude. That's a white dude right there. That's a straight up white guy that's arresting her.
Whoa. We don't know what kind of people they have in...
That's not an Indonesian man.
I hope this isn't the Australian picture. This is the picture that they have of her getting arrested. But
Well, she's getting
not
arrested,
known
though.
for
That's still crazy,
keeping her
okay? She's still
timeline
getting
straight.
put behind bars. They're even fucking checking her
This
right
was
now.
either her getting arrested in Australia or in Indonesia, but either way, my point still stands, is that she is going to countries and not obeying their very obvious laws.
This guy's patting her down just so he get just get a chance to touch her. You know, I think he's just like, it's just a good excuse to get a touch. I'm calling it right now.
I suppose so. But now that she is arrested, we get to the final ruling.
Yes.
For not only her behavior in Bali, but her behavior in Australia,
Yeah.
her behavior around the world, her behavior online, her behavior on approved media and television.
Here's just my opinion on it, okay? Here's my big old final
speak your
ruling.
truth.
I can summarize it in like 3 words. Bonnie, what is behavior? Like, what is this behavior, bro? What is this behavior, Bonnie? You gotta realize that you're causing direct harm to many children, okay? You're like children like me, okay? I could have been a child that you could have
Children
gone
like
near and made me think that any white woman that looks mildly very attractive and that looks like they're in their mid-30s would come up to me one day and say they want to smash. You gave me an expectation that would never be fulfilled again. Okay, Bonnie? And you're doing that to multiple young men. You're making them think they're hotter than they actually are. So please, Bonnie, you need to understand. You need to be put behind bars to learn your lesson. You can't keep giving us ego trips. Or the young boys.
That is so funny that you want to put her behind bars because she could potentially boost your self-esteem.
In a bad way. That's how you get childs that are egomaniacs. Like, I fucked Bonnie Blue. I need somebody who's only my body.
You know what? I actually can't say that because the moment I started fucking guys with abs, it did boost my ego, no matter how many people they slept with in the past. I do think that there is an element, like, I don't want hot people to have more discretion, but they should have more discretion because when they fuck ugly people, it does boost their ego.
Everyone,
it does boost their ego.
It is very true.
You are Exhibit A, I am an Exhibit B. When you fuck us and you're hot, you boost our ego.
We all just help boost each other's egos. I think that's just kind of what it is at the end of the day. One person gets pussy and one person gets dick. At the end of the day, y'all are shaking hands and shaking ass.
So this wasn't my intention with the final ruling. I was thinking about talking a bit about like what actually happened to her and the legitimate final ruling. And I also was not expecting your answer to be she is guilty of making me feel good. But let's address the legal first. She got arrested in Bali. She was tried in Bali, and she was fined $12 and banned for 10 years.
$12?
Well, okay, you also gotta think about this in foreign nations. $12 to them is probably significantly more to them.
You could have asked for like $100K and probably fucking lifted your entire country.
That is true. You could
have milked her ass.
I am gonna be so fucking for real. This woman earns $1 million a day. You could have sued her for at least $100K, if not $1 million, or just all the money that she made while in Indonesia. And like you said, they could have totally rebuilt Indonesia.
But they decided $12 and a ban. But what do you mean by ban? Like, is she going to go back home? She's going to be able to go back to like the States again?
She's deported.
Or sorry,
that's
States.
She's deported, so she is back in the UK, and she is not allowed back in Indonesia for just 10 years.
I'm upset about this. This is like just as bad as the Diddy ruling.
What was the Diddy ruling? I'm actually under a rock when it comes to that.
Yeah, Diddy was like ruled for like what? Like I think 6 years? Only 6 years in prison for what he did?
What is it with this is what I don't get. And this is Robyn coming up on a political soapbox. I don't understand why sex crimes don't get hit harder.
That is actually so real. No, that is so real. I feel like this should be trial by death.
Trial by death.
You touch woman booby wrong, death. Electric chair.
Well, it's just like I there's an element where is it murder? I guess not. But like I still sit here and it's like when we talk about it and we talk about it in conversations and the severity of it, we treat it like it's murder. Why don't we treat it like it's murder when it goes to trial?
Listen, when someone dies, they're at least in rest. When someone is traumatized, they live with that their entire life.
Yeah. And I think this is sort of where it comes to the court of public opinion. And I want to build off of what you said with ego boosting, but I more so want to talk about how her content and her attitude towards sex does affect people. And as I said earlier, I am very open with sex. I am very liberal with sex. I am not afraid of the ideas of public, multiple people. If you look at my search history, you'll see some of the freaky shit. But I will acknowledge how it has affected me. And I have a little story. Would you like to hear my little story,
Oh,
Medz?
no. Are we about to hear Robyn's sexual awakening story?
Not sexual awakening. Sexual worrying, actually.
Oh, let's hear your sexual worry story.
I like to be an active person. You can't tell by my looks, but I like to be an active person.
You do karate.
The winter months, I do karate. I walk my dogs. I like going on hikes. I used to play soccer. I've always been a high activity person. And I feel how it affects me when I am low activity. And winter's coming around and it's harder to like go outside more. Like you still can, but it's a little unbearable. And I've been meaning to switch gyms anyway. I wasn't a huge fan of the gym I was in. And my one coworker said, Robyn, if you want the rich man, you're going to have to fork over the money and go to the rich gyms. And it's killing two birds with one stone. You go to a new gym, you get to work out a little more, you work really hard, you get even hotter, and then you're just surrounded by rich men watching you get hot. One of them's going to want you at some point. Wishful thinking. But you know what? I take his advice. So I go to the gym. I am going at night so that I get the people who are my age, and I take his advice and I go on the elliptical for that good sweat. And in front of the elliptical machines is a rowing machines. And a guy comes over, stands by the rowing machine, and he sits at the rowing machine. But he does not use said rowing machine for a while.
Whoa.
I don't think anything of it. Sometimes you sit at a machine, you choose your music, you choose your show, you text a friend, whatever. And I'm on the elliptical, it's a few minutes, and he's still not doing anything on the machine. And I'm like, okay. Now, this man is wearing shorts. He is not wearing long pants, he is wearing shorts that are above the knee.
All right.
This man proceeds to take off his shorts. And you think, oh, he's taking off his shorts, he's probably gonna have like shorter shorts underneath, sort of like when guys wear long pants and they have shorts underneath, or girls have long sleeves, or like things to cover up their body and they have like something thinner underneath. I get it.
I'm assuming this guy did not.
But no. I didn't even get to the worst part yet. So he had shorts on. He takes off his shorts. And I don't know if you guys call them micro shorts, but I'ma be so fucking for real. They looked like boxers. And those boxers were so sheer, I saw that man's butt crack.
Oh my golly.
And it wouldn't even be bad if he used the rowing machine right after. Maybe he needs to sort of give himself a little breathing room. I get it. But he wasn't using the rowing machine before. He didn't use it after. And right after he took his shorts off, he took a big stretch back. He was borderline laying down. And by God, I thought that guy was camping because that tent was pitched.
Oh!
And
Ooh, baby. he was happy to see something.
It was shocking. And he didn't even use it after. By the time I got off the elliptical, because I was still on the elliptical for a solid 5 minutes after that incident, still did not use the rowing machine at all. I get off and I text a lot of like my guy friends who go to the gym and I say, like, do you like take off your shorts at the gym? Like, is this a thing? All of them unanimously say no. And I had one guy text me after saying, I am so sorry that happened to you. That is not appropriate at all.
On behalf of all men, I am so sorry.
Literally. And I sat there and I was like, wait, why are you apologizing? This is so funny. I saw a man's butt crack at the local YMCA. That's hilarious.
What others see as what others see as indecency, Robyn sees as foreplay.
And that is what I'm getting at. That is what this big anecdotal story was for, is that I think people like Bonnie Blue are fucking up people like me. Where I should have seen that and been, whoa, I think I need to report this to someone. But I am so mind-fucked from my search history that I look and I'm like, whoa, stuff like this stays on the phone. What the heck is this doing in real life? Is this a stunt? Where are the cameras at? John Quinones, where are you?
Hi, I'm John Quinones. What will you do? This is Bonnie Blue. Did you ever have sex with her? God damn. Oh man, yeah.
Literally.
I totally agree with that. In my personal thought about this in the court of public opinion, like, I think, yes, you can do your own sex thing, but I think at the end of the day, causing harm and like the fashion of like being honestly just going towards that age group is just weird. It is just a weird thing to do. Like, even if it's like morality speaking, yes, it's legal speaking, but morality wise, I'm like, it's a bit weird in my opinion, and it seems explicit and it's exploitative. It's more exploitative because, you know, it's just, I don't know, it's a weird look. And for someone who is purposely creating a ruckus for their quote unquote image, it's kind of the same shit with like Neon, or like not Neon, but like those streamers that like do crazy shit for like attention. It's just kind of like, why, bro? Like, I don't know. It's so sad and desperate to me.
It unfortunately normalizes it, because there are people, even smart people like me, where we sit here and we know that it's fake. And when we see it in real life, it desensitizes us. It desensitizes us because even though I'm smart enough to know it's fake, like in Bonnie Blue's videos, or that it's staged like in her videos, even if it's real, I sit here, and when things like that happen in real life, I don't think, wow, this is inappropriate. I'm like, whoa, I've only ever seen this in fiction. What is it doing here? And that should not be my thought process when something like that happens. That should not be guys' thought process when stuff like that happens. Because I almost feel worse for the guys, because they are sitting there watching more extreme stuff. And there are many men out there who may have been SA'd and don't know it, because they sit here and watch what Bonnie Blue has done or other stars have done and preyed upon people, and they think, oh my gosh, I'm living out what men dream of living out, when in actuality, it's like, oh no, this is going to traumatize you and affect your ability to have normal relationships in 10 years.
And that's why I think at the end of the day, Molly, thank you for raiding her villa and taking her out. Hopefully she stays in jail forever. Learned for what she did.
No, she actually didn't. She's in the UK. So unless we're considering the UK jail,
she should get jailed in the UK. The British, hey, governor, we come down here to take you down, Bonnie Blue. I can see it.
You know what? With our president, I don't think her world tour is stopping anytime soon, and I would
She's gonna come down. She's gonna come down here to the States.
She doesn't get a personal invite.
She's gonna come down here during the States in the middle of like the World Cup, because you know now the World Cup is in the US. I fucked every soccer player on the soccer field.
She did that. She does that where I think she said for the NFL or like some sort of like football league. I don't remember if it was soccer or real football. And she was like, oh, I hope get their energy out before their big games. I bend over and let them fuck me to get their energy out. And it turned out it was all fake. But you know she's going to be coming to the US for the World Cup to do that.
I really do hope she does something else to fuck up. I kind of just wish she could just be done already. I want her to be done. Stop doing things that are like for attention like this and just live life. Go back. Just don't be goon material anymore. You're better than this.
You know what would be just a tiny bit funny? Especially because the good old orange man has a type.
Oh, no.
And there's rumors about him and Melania.
Oh, my God.
A little bit funny.
If the scandal came again.
Takes Melania's position.
I
digress.
Insane. That would be an insane plot line.
Idiot-in-law, I did my job here.
You did do your job. You did really not save Bonnie Blue. If anything, you've put me giving her more reason to hate her.
I was a really bad defendant today. I sort of defended her. I defended her on some of the later stuff. Like, I think the sex work is fine. I think she's just gotta rein it in a little.
Lock her up!
Brand management.
Lock her up again! Lock her up!
Damn.
Hey, that's just the court of public opinion. No, don't lock her up,
because she'll just find a way to make an OnlyFans video of it.
She'll be like, oh no.
I fucked all the guards in the jail cell.
I fucked every police officer in a 10,000-mile radius. The results will shock you. All that's left is roast beef down there. It is a Subway deli.
That's fucked. It's a Subway deli.
Somebody took the meat slicer from the Jersey Mike's and used it.
Damn, ow. Wait, actually, the idea that hurts on my coochie, please.
She's in complete pain, and so will you if you don't click on this next episode.
Click it. I'm great. You love me.
You love Robyn, so do it.
You love me, so do it. Do it and I'll get a bang bus.